family journal simply means you're like a keeper of memories for your family. You don't forget things that you shouldn't forget. And also at the same time, it makes you have a more grateful heart, I feel. Oh, yan. Sulat pa ako, Dear Joseph, when we got married. Ay, ano ba yan? May mga ganyan-ganyan pa ako. Hey everyone! It's still a very happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk about family journaling. One of the things that I stumbled upon, or at least I kind of like just did naturally, organically, I have never seen anyone do this. Naisip ko lang for my own family was to family journal. And what do I mean by that? Family journal simply means you're like a keeper of memories for your family. And I do this annually. It kind of like brings me back to the beginning of parang my headspace can accommodate that. Going back to as far as 1 year ago, and then exactly 1 year after, I get to compare things. I did this for myself as a single woman, and I think I did share a little bit of that in the last journaling vlog. And I did it also as a married woman. I never really thought of doing it for like a bunch of people like I am doing it now for my family. A part of it is, I think, influenced by me being a homeschooling mom. When you're a homeschooling mom, some providers will ask you to make portfolios. Nilalagay mo sa isang presentation yung lahat ng nangyari sa buhay ng anak mo in this schooling year. And I think that's where it really came from, like the inspiration came from. Na if I could do it for the school year, why not for the entire year of the family? Since, you know, we do a lot of things. And it would be great to have like images and words that kind of like look back on the year that was. So also, you don't forget things that you shouldn't forget. I mean, you make an extra effort to remember. And also at the same time, it makes you have a more grateful heart, I feel. Because pag nakita mo kung gaano ka faithful si Lord sa'yo from the beginning until the end of the year, it makes you more able to praise Him and to thank Him for everything that He has done for your life. And I did that nga as a single woman, and I was thinking that maybe it would have the same effect for my son. Like my husband would do this on his own as well. And we did this as a couple. Like we would have like annual meetings of like, what's your top 10 ganyan? Tatanungan lang kaming dalawa or sometimes with friends. But when we became a family and our kid doesn't really know how to write yet or read yet, I said, you know, why not just put it in a presentation where he could see things and we could like explain to him like what happened there, maybe remind him of this and that. Eventually, it could possibly bring even a small kid to a point of gratitude. I'm going to begin sharing with you some of the presentations that I was able to keep. The nice thing about looking at the presentations also is that I can see the trajectory of our life. Meaning even the way that I told the story through the presentations kind of like changed over the years. Bakit? Kasi lumalaki yung mga nanonood. Kasi, di ba, pag presentation, merong magpa-perceive, merong magre-receive ng information na ito. Makikita nyo na there's a presentation there that is more for like a homeschooling kid, and then makikita mo later on na mas nagmamature ng konti. It's fun to watch that as well, like just how it changes over the years. But one reason why I do this faithfully, kasi I love keeping memories. I think that at the end of the day, more than gamit, more than material things, more than our house or anything, I want the memories to stay. Because those are very powerful things that you could tap into whenever you're having a hard time in life. And so I make an extra effort to keep them. So with no further ado, I'm going to take you through some of my family journals through the years. So I have 2017 for Philip. So it is entitled Philip's 2017 because this was largely really just for him. And then I also have my own. Pag may extra time ako, nakakagawa ko ng sarili ko. So Carla's 2017. So mas nakafocus sa akin. So pag family journal kasi, it's more on the family. Then you can also specifically like focus on a certain kid if you have the time to like go one by one, like person by person. January. So what I do is that I usually go month per month. To make it easier for me, I make categories. And it is up to you if you want to do your journal with different categories. Like if you don't want to go by months, okay lang yon. I find that I go with the flow. Like let's say I just said that they grew so much in certain areas. There's like a large bulk of something in their lives that grew or developed for the year. It can be a category all on its own. When I would put photos before and then present this to my child, I would also accompany it with, syempre, you're presenting, no? Ikaw yung nagsasabi ng mga bagay-bagay. So like, what's happening in the photos here. So if I have time, I would like write words over there that he could just read if he's already reading. If not, I would read out loud to him. If not, I would just say it out loud. Like, ikukwento ko na lang sa kanya. Like, this was the 90th birthday of my lola. That was when my dad came home for my lola's 90th birthday. American flag. And then, okay, so I think this is cute. When I showed him na where America is and where the Philippines is. And then I think I animated this pa in the presentation where it kind of like goes dots ganyan pa ganyan. Para makita niya yung distance between nerd no family journal ko. And then, okay, January, that was when I mean like, I wouldn't remember this really if hindi ko binuksan tong file na to na 2017 na na dengue ako. It was the night before his 3rd birthday na nagkaroon ako ng symptoms at na-admit ako for the lowering of my platelets. And we celebrated his birthday there. It's kind of like how it goes for every month. So February, March, we were in Lake Tahoe. And then May, then, we had a media appearance. And then sometimes I put links like that also. So kung merong naka-post anywhere else on the web that is like worth going back to, I would also put a link over there. I find this as like the counterpart of how our moms had cutouts of like newspaper clippings, di ba? Na parang what was happening in the world back then when you were born, ganon. June, we saw some friends. July, August. And then, okay, this was the year when he went to preschool and he didn't like it. Every month has its like highlight and I put it there. Whoever is looking at it will also tap into his own memory and remember some things. And one of the funnest parts when it comes to like presenting things to my family is that sometimes we remember the same thing. Sometimes we don't. They say things na parang, yeah, remember, ganyan-ganyan, na parang, nga, no, I didn't remember that. Only this person in the family remembered that thing. So sometimes I also have like captions like this, na God answered your prayer. So to remind him that, you were praying for something once and it got answered within the year. And yeah, it kind of like just ends with our photo together as a family. And then there, growth report. These are videos. I usually include places where they've developed and have grown. So they have also kind of like a good grasp of their growing, their developing, na they're not stuck. Can read and understand signs, knows different trains, trucks, and airplane models. Yan. Thank you, Jesus. Peralejo-Bonifacio's 2017. January. Okay, so same thing, Lola Lita. And then, so I include here that I turned 7 years with my husband and that I blogged about it here. So, pwede mo yan i-click tapos pupunta ka sa blog na yan. Yan. Sulat pa ako, Dear Joseph, when we got married. Ay, ano ba yan? May mga ganyan-ganyan pa ako. Kwento pala ng buhay namin ito on our 7th year. Masenso kami sa 7th year namin. February, I launched a book. This is my blog about the loss. Over time, maalala mo pa ba lahat yan? Magandang may record, di ba? Okay, I also sometimes end this with verses. I think presentations are largely like that. It's like you're telling a story. But the story is like starring ako or starring yung pamilya ko, di ba? And you can end it any way you wish, di ba? With a verse, with a quote, with a summary. Jump tayo sa 2020 because this is when it becomes a little bit different because may manu na. Celebrating 2020 January. I remember this. We ate in a Spanish restaurant, I think. And then our anniversary, are married for 10 years now. Then we go up to Baguio for Philip's 6th birthday. When I started vlogging, I kind of didn't like it kasi feeling ko hindi naman talaga ako vlogger. More blogger ako. Yung mas nagsusulat ako. But the nice thing about having vlogs is para na rin siyang document ng pamilya namin. So, whether it is actually viewed by a lot or not, I win because I get to keep something for our family. Like, whatever happens, my kids can always go back to that video. They have a recap of their life in that season. And that's more than enough reason for me to, keep making vlogs. February, we went to Mahayhay. So March, Manu's first time on a long-haul flight. This was a pandemic year, I think. Ito yung na-stuck kami sa US for 6 months, half a year. So I also try to capture not only like places, but also significant emotions. So like say, we went to used bookstores, hiking the Hollywood Trail, tapos had bonfires and toasted marshmallows in the Nagel backyard. And then this is when we started podcasting also. Then June is a special month because Manu turns 1! Yay! And then Manu's accident. Oh my gosh. So those memories, I don't think they'll ever be erased from me. And the trauma. July, more adventures. I think it's very important for me also to collect these things because some things in your year can be very, very significant. I don't think mauulit na namin yung 6 months kami sa States. Only a pandemic can actually do that to us. So ito yung isa sa mga significant na nangyari.
Parang inuubo. Oh my God.
Okay, bakit siya significant? Kasi 4th of July, nagpaputok yung mga kuya ko sa street. And that was something that we would do a lot when I was still a kid. Ganyan yung ginagawa nila para sa amin sa pamilya. In a smaller way, of course. But it kind of just brought me back to that. And I was just so happy that my kids were witnessing this because it kind of feels like it connects the generations for me. Like something that made their mom happy. They are now experiencing it as well. One of the things that I was able to document here was yung when my panganay did this, when Philip crossed that thing because he was so scared. He almost didn't want to do it, but he overcame it. And I think it's very important to document things like this and even include it in things where, they could just open it to remember because I think that was a very significant moment for him. And also, you could always use it to remind them na, like say, whatever happens in their life in the present, na nahihirapan sila to overcome. You just go back and say, I want to open that file and remember how you overcame that moment. So, presentations and journaling, it's not really just for keeping memories, but, the past can also be a proof of what you can do in the present, diba? It could also serve a purpose in the future of telling you and giving you direction or courage or whatever you need for the moment on what you need to do, diba? What are your personal highlights for it? So sometimes I would also end the presentations with like questions. What are your personal highlights for the year 2020? What are you grateful for? What are you believing or praying for in 2021? And the end. Okay, last presentation na tayo bago tayo mag-move on sa mga personal tips ko in making your family journal. But this is for 2023, so last year lang. 2023, the bunnies, January to February, I put in there like lahat nung napuntahan namin between those 2 months. Yes! So significant to sa akin kasi for the first time, biglang nag-video kayong anak ko. My panganay kasi is is introverted, but he just doesn't like performing in front of others. He feels embarrassed. So when he did this, lahat kami nagulat na parang, oh, wow. He's doing that in front of the family. Yeah, I still owe you that kwento. Pero nung pinakita ko sa kanila na start of our year last year was receiving waffle. Syempre nilungkot kami lahat. And then the difference about this, last year, is that I made a whole lot of reels and vlogs and they're all here. So ginagawa ko, nilalagay ko yung lahat ng links dyan. If you could make mini videos on your phone of every month as a summary, that would be a great thing to already put in your presentation. Para hindi na kayo mahirapan, diba? Gawin nyo na yun every month. May summary lang kayo, lagay nyo doon. March, we were in Vietnam. So those are links again. I just showed this. Didn't say anything and they were like, oh, that was so good. And then Philip was like, Rebel. I remember the name Rebel. Okay, I also include pictures of our family, especially those who don't live here. Kasi syempre, pag bata ka, hindi mo naalala lahat yun. Pero pag may mga ganito ka, mag-increase yung chances na maalala nila yung mga kamag-anak nila na wala dito. Halloween, and then we talked about how fun that was for us. And then, Christmas time. And ayan, ito yung sinasabi ko earlier na you could also include other categories that kind of like don't fall into just months. The most fun part for me as a creator is actually hearing my sons ask me to play my videos again and again and again. I mean, of course, I'm grateful to the thousands of people who like what I do, but that wouldn't mean a thing for me if the 3 thumbs up that I like or the 3 hearts that I'm actually looking forward to are not given to me. The first ones to be pleased dapat with what I'm doing is yung 3 taong espesyal sa buhay ko, diba? And I love it when they keep asking me to please play it again, that video, please again. Okay, and that's it. I went through a couple of them so you have an example, but there are some things that I could share with you that make it easier for you to do your own family journal. Number 1, what app do I use? This is like a frequently asked question everywhere I say that, I do this for my family every year. I just use the simple Keynote ng Mac. Second note that I would give to you guys is that try to discern a story. If you can tell stories along the way and then try to discern a story kind of like summarizes your year, that would be a more effective presentation. And if you have goals in mind or like say you're observing something about your family, like this is a season where you need encouragement. You need to remember the goodness of God or you need to grow in some area. You can also tell a story that kind of goes that way, diba? That kind of helps that goal be pushed forth. Second FAQ is paano yung files? What I do is that every month, I try to do this. I collect all of the photos and the videos and I put them in one folder that says January. One discovery of mine nga last year is that by making reels, it has made my life easier. So reels or TikToks na da-download ko siya or nagkakalink ako for it, that makes it easier for me kasi I only put one picture and then we could just redirect to that video because it kind of like summarizes what happened in that time of the year. How to store files. I have lots and lots of external hard drives. I began with the bigger ones and then I transitioned to the smaller ones eventually. Latest ko. I am trying to store, like set up my own cloud at home. It's still not working efficiently, so I still have to work on it. But I also have some more files sa Google Drive, so G Drive. I also have some files on Google Photos. And what I do is like, I always try to put them in categories that are kind of like easier to go back to. Baka may ganyan kayong system na ma-invent para sa sarili nyo. Do it so it's easier for you to locate certain photos or pictures. This is something that I also can suggest for you to try. I haven't done it myself. But why not already open your presentation? Then I'll already dump photos and videos and then maybe write a few things in there already as early as now. Para pagdating ko ng December na lang talaga yung ilalagay ko. You can give yourself also like a number of pictures or a number of videos that you could just dump into wherever and collect it so it's already organized and categorized that by the end of the year, it'll make your life easier to locate whatever you need to locate. And that's it. I mean, it really is up to you what you want to do with your family journal. I think it's also best that when you end your journal, you can also give them prompts or questions to answer so they can reflect further with you or you together as a family. I really believe that you know your family, you can discern where God is taking you, what season He's putting you in, and whatever that is, it makes your family journal unique, di ba? So magkakaroon niya ng ibang words, magkakaroon niya ng ibang feelings, because that's your family, and my family is my family. We're all in different, seasons in life. So yeah, I hope this family journaling thing was able to help you. Do let me know in the comment section below if it did. And share with me if ever you're gonna post your family journal somewhere. Do tag me. Don't forget to subscribe for more of things like this kung gusto nyo pa. And I will see you again next week on this vlog. But thanks for joining me today. Bye guys!